Bueno. Auriculares por aquí. El mando, porque este juego creo. Puedo jugar con mando, dejar por el micro un poco. Es. Así. Vale. Buenas noches, amiguitos y amiguitas del metal. Vale. Vamos. Venga, vamos a empezar el juguete nuevo, señores. Stories. Stories the path of my ojete. ¡No! Creo que es raro. Please. Please. Ya se ha cagado. No sé por qué le da a algunos juegos de arrancarse en el otro monitor. Y me toca el. Pero aparte de eso. Aparte de esto. A ver. Seguro que hay alguna entrada en alguna discusión. Vamos a ver. Pues en el foro. No sale nada. Joder. Bueno, antes lo logré hacer, pero es que. Me parece que se ha guardado. Vale, parece que no pasa. Que joder. Vamos a ver. Tories. Por cierto, abrí el bot. No. Qué calor hace. Me ponen otro monitor, tío. Es que. Ay. De verdad que. Oh, esto. El Borderless Gaming este. Borderless Gaming. Qué útil. A ver. Hostia. Está bien. Vamos a ver. Ahora. Full screen de puta madre. Hola. No, tocas. Ay, Dios mío. Qué paciencia puta tengo que tener. A ver. Ah, amigo. Ah, amigo. O sea, hello. Ajustando. No, 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 creo que no lo trae. Game. Qué bien. Delay. Ay, ¿qué cojones hice antes? Que no me acuerdo. Me cago en la puta. ¿Qué? ¿Ahora se me va a apagar el stream? ¿Estoy viéndolo? O algo peor. A ver. Vale. A ver. Vale, ahora me vamos a salir de aquí. ¿Qué va, tío? No lo puedo hacer a ojo. A ojo no lo puedo hacer. Porque no veo. No veo. Tengo que hacer la puta mierda de siempre, de desconectar el monitor. Joder, macho. Pues es más culero. Empezamos mal, ya. Espear, no sé cómo se llama el desarrollador. Estamos muy mal. La culereza. Joder. Vale. A ver. Tal. Ahora, ya la puta hora. Ahora. Ahora otra vez. Me lía 10, Hago así. Teóricamente. Opciones. Gráfico. 1080, pantalla completa. Para acá atrás, salir, confirmar. Y ahora supuestamente si lo abro otra vez debería estar ya en el monitor bueno. Veremos. ¡No! No está en el monitor bueno, tío. Dios. Por favor, Voy a tocar la pista. Vale. Y... ¿dónde está? Ahí, vale. Pues una puta hora. Creo que es. Creo. ¿Por qué estoy viendo aquí? A ver si sale. A matarlo. Joder, macho. Is primary. Si es que encima no es el primario ya. Pero es este... No entiendo, tío. ¿Qué coño hace este puto juego? A ver, vamos a tranquilizarnos. So. De verdad. ¿Tú sabes a qué me huele? ¿Lo digo o no lo digo? Un puto cutreport de consola me huele. Es lo que me huele. Como se me fueron las ventanas a casa. Dios. A ver. Voy a intentar otra cosa. Voy a mandarlo a la mierda. Que no puedo estar sin otro monitor porque si no, no hay chat. Joder, tío. Resolución. Guardando. Guardar los cambios. Salir. Vale. Un lío esto con las dobles pantallas. Fácil. Vale. A ver ahora qué pasa. Ahora. Teóricamente bien. Veremos. Hola. A ver. Nada, R que R. Abriéndose en el otro monitor. Real 4 Engine. Powered by Quick Report. ¿Te suda? Joder, tío. Cansinismo. Vale. ¿Qué canción? Haz tu favorito. Make borderless on Play 2.
Once upon a time, the
Ni puto
infamous
caso.
rover
Full screen.
She rasped, reluctantly.
Bien.
He swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. But then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Bernardo had promised his mother he'd protect him. The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. Sorry, kid, Bernardo told the kid. Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone. My mother died for this book! I promised her I'd protect you. Oh, damn it. The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Bernardo had to run after him.
En ventana. Modo visualización en ventana. Una ventana. Ahora. Ahora, me cago en Dios. Vale. Después de los putos 8 años, 20 minutos. Me cago en la hostia, tío.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows, she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. But then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Bernardo had promised his mother he'd protect him. The kid was looking down, watching his city burn.
Mr. Reynaldo.
Sorry, kid, Bernardo told the kid.
Vamos.
Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone. My mother died for this book! I promised her I'd protect you. Oh, damn it. The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Vamos, Reynardo. Pues, soy muy colorido. Lo que era Don Peter.
The two ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. Hey, Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. Pick on someone as ugly as you. Wait, that didn't come out right. For the Emperor! The ravens cawed and rushed at him.
Muy bueno. Un momento, tío. Es raro, ¿eh?
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
¡Capo culo! Ah,
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid.
caramba.
He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Hernado going to get a hero sword? Ore and wind essence? That sounds perfect.
Espada, sí, más.
Hero sword.
Oh.
QED.
Vale. Facilongo.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Renado's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. The
Toma.
kid.
Joder.
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked.
Cuando te enganche, conejo,
Where'd you get the hook? I hopped.
vas a piflar.
Wise ass kid. Hey, look out behind you. Cute, said Renato. Ah, ravens. It was time to talk
Una
some
hostia de
sense
Dios.
into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it? Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Vale, guay.
was
yeah.
starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Vale.
And there was the Farfarer.
Arr.
She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kessel Run in 12 furlongs. Well, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted. "I'm not giving you the book!" shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" The kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its eye beam.
Joder. Mira. A la mitad.
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
¿Mierda qué es? Salud, vale. Vale. No hay nada
What
más.
was the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out.
El libro de las aventuras de Mia Khalifa.
All that
En el bosque de los
years
animalitos locos.
How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Renato yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base, and we'll spare your life!" it cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven, a sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time, unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper. Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens? Renado's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
A ver. Colocación de gemas. Ah. Vale. Vale. Ay.
Renato wondered what would happen if he jumped. Would he be rescued by an emergency platform?
No creo.
People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Renato had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
Vale.
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
El altar. Potencia del fuego. Vale. Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino. Where had the mad rabbit got to? Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that. Acometida.
Usa. No sé.
It was
Igual
starting
es.
to come back to him. Something you
Ah,
never
vale.
completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Empujote.
Danced around the room yelling, oh yeah, that's how we do it. It was something he liked to do, but only after he'd killed all the witnesses.
Este Renaldo es chulo. Es un plazo de mierda. ¿En serio? Vale. Cuatro. Casi parques.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
¿No pone a esta resolución? ¿Ve todo lo que hay aquí? Ah, la puta. Pero así no. No va a ver.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's
Ay,
best
la novia.
friend in sword fu school.
Zenobia.
And you're still mad for her. The rabbit reminded him. They'd
Cantoso.
been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right. city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Qué buena musiquilla, ¿eh? Buenísima. Madre mía. La gente muerta.
Hero wall. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice. Ceiling.
¡Hadouken!
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
No me da experiencia matar a estos, qué raro. No me da experiencia. Bueno, nada. No pasa nada. Vamos. Vamos ya.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lapino. And he
Lapino.
planned a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought
Hostia.
Renato.
Sigue el plan sobre. Ya de... Vamos a hacer caso a Lapino. Claro que sí, joder. ¿Qué pasó? Rescatamos, hostia. Oye, hay que haga algo, si no. Más, nos da más experiencia o lo que sea. Pero vale.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lapino as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
Yeah.
If I craft a sword now, it's gonna be really short.
No, nada. Vale. Vamos.
Renato felt like he was bursting with knowledge. But
Come.
what kind?
Correr más. Con el combo. Con el combo, porque es un poco culero el combate.
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Renato. No?
Vale.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Peppino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese,
Oy,
the
Renato.
net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat.
Renato, she said. Are those new scars? They look good on you. You never return my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Lapino.
Idos
But
a
the
un
fleet was
hotel.
coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapino was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet. Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Lapino. You have to catch her.
Vamos allá, por allá.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did
No.
love a good chase.
Espera. Espera, a ver si me deja. Que me jode eso, Vale.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer.
Vale, no pasa
If he
nada.
ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase. Imagine if you built a house on one of these things. Oh, that would be amazing. It would be like having a boat.
¡Vámonos!
Who needed bridges anyway?
Y eso. Puto.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato. He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe
Joder,
he
no se
could
puede
talk to
volver,
her.
tío.
But after
Eso me
all,
toca la polla,
there were worse
¿Cómo voy a
things the
explorar si no
Imperials
puedo
had done to
volver?
friends of his.
Joder.
It did not matter how outnumbered the rebellion was.
Tiene que estar.
Secrets Zenobia held would level the playing field.
Así estoy mejor.
Code,
Más tiradete.
password. She could wreak havoc with just a
Mucho
few
mejor.
whispers to a far speaker. Bernardo, smash!
¿Vale? Aún no está lista. Falta una esencia de fuego. Ya la tengo. Mejorar a... Firestorm. Storm. Nada. Paso de la mesa de trabajo. Vale. Fine. Bro.
Bernardo reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try.
Se miro.
Oh,
Calladita.
he left without saying goodbye.
Cállese usted.
He said, "Please, you're enjoying this a little too much." She said, shaken. "Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you?" said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her? As they pulled away from the Nexus, Bernardo could see the fear in Zenobia's eyes. "I can't take her to those creatures at the base," he whispered to Lapino. "Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me, she'll turn." And he turned the wheel. "The hell you will!" shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship. It shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Renato was falling.
Oh. Qué pena.
When he came to, Zenobia was standing over him. "Why didn't you take me to the base to be interrogated?" she demanded. "Do you know what's left of people they interrogate? This is some trick, isn't it? To make me fall for you again. Well, I won't. Oh, go on then. Scurry back to your ravens. I can't stop you." But strangely, she didn't. As Renato set off to find the Farfarer, she followed him, keeping just out of sight of the ravens. A crafting bench. Renato wondered what he could make with it. What could he craft with the materials he had? Renato had a pretty good idea, actually.
Yo no sé lo que quería. Renaldo, Renaldo. Nunca fue muy listo este Ronaldo. No, vamos a mejorar esta, venga, anda.
Trusty old sword was always a little better when he sharpened it.
Vaya, vaya. Ay. Sí.
Come over here.
Ah. Ole. Ole,
There was an
ole.
inscription on the platform.
¿Qué es esto para like?
Balalaika lessons, with
Para
an
like.
address.
Para like. Pues ya me está dando sueño, tío. Creo que hoy no puedo jugar nada. Mucho vicio. Porque vamos. A ver, mañana es miércoles. Voy a venir a sacar las perras.
As Renato stopped to sniff the wind, Zenobia came up, still mad. Did you really think you'd just talk me into betraying my father? Oh yeah, sure, that was exactly my plan. Then why aren't you even talking to me? Because I've never talked you into anything in my life. They're gonna court-martial you for letting me go. He caught a whiff of the Farfarer. Wet rope, tar, and a cask of Scoble ale he'd spilt last year.
It was that way.
Eso es para marcharse. Según parece. Abajo.
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicions. What were these poles exactly? parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
Ah. Por nave.
Sure enough, the
Con esa
Farfarer
nave
had
vamos.
crashed in some rocks. There was no sign of Lupino. Zenobia caught up. All that kid stuff in Swordfu School. Look, look, that's the past. We're adults now. We have duties to other people. We have destinies. What
Me
are
cago,
you
la vez.
talking about? And you are the most arrogant, slow-witted, light-fingered, mercenary, moral, reckless.
Venga,
Run
anda.
away with me,
Deja darme la chapa.
said Renato, and he realized he meant it. What? Just like that? She demanded. I will, if you will. So she kissed him.
Oh, qué interracial hay
Kiss
entre
he'd
especies.
ever had. They held hands as they
Qué
boarded the
aberraciones.
Farfarer. Renato felt light-hearted,
Oh,
like the winds that were playing the rigging like a balalaika. But Lupino, I need to get back to Lupino, he said, suddenly realizing he could have been captured. A prisoner. He's not. How'd you know? He saw something in her eyes he didn't understand. He fell, didn't he? Into the abyss. She looked away, wouldn't answer. But then a bolt smashed through the Farfarer's keel. The broken ship plummeted out of the clouds.
ay, caramba.
Renato picked himself off the deck.
Capítulo
They were
5.
alive. We have to get to my private ship, she said. Do you trust me? I guess I must, he said. You go on ahead. Clear the path, she said. I can't kill my own soldiers. He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to
Hostia,
follow
me
your
saltó un
heart.
logro, tú. Por hacer así, no me jodas. A ver. Las rotondas son divertidas, pero no demasiado. Vamos a sacar un cojón de logros aquí. Abierto libro. Elige lo que quieras. Fíjate, cuervos consigue un combo de 30 puntos. Te gastas para ganar más amunes para los hijos melancólicos. Ten cuidado, termina un nivel sin recibir daño de principio a fin del libro. Más espada fu. Todas las espadas. Bueno, de acuerdo. Bueno, señores, yo me piro para la cama porque no puedo con los cojones. Así es. Y nada. Ya seguiremos por aquí a esto, a otras historias mañana. ¿Vale? Anden con Dios. Soy el escritorio.